Coliseum, where the stakes just keep getting higher and higher. Blacksburg, Virginia, the setting. It is the semifinal round of the ACC Wrestling Championship. Great to have you with us, Sean Kinney, alongside Rock Harrison. Stanford right now leading a crowded pack. The Cardinal with 14.5 points. Virginia Tech, Pitt, North Carolina, all within striking distance.
Hey, Bailey Engel and Rhino. Ryan, glad to have you back with us. We're starting things out here at 125. We got the match between Nico Provo of Stanford and Vince Robinson of NC State, the defending national champion. But this is a big rematch from a result earlier this season where Robinson was dropped by Provo 4-1 in sudden victory.
Yeah, this is a banger of a match here. They had a great bout in the duel. Both of these guys top 10 in the country. Obviously Robinson, the returning national champion. But Provo has previously been ranked second in the country before, as we mentioned earlier this morning. Really, really great match here on mat 2. I mean, both of these guys are capable of being in the national finals in a couple weeks.
5 NCAA qualifiers here at 125. And partner, we got a big challenge ourselves here. Eddie Ventresca is wrestling over on mat 1, the Virginia Tech wrestler, up against Kyson Terrakina. Whatever happens over there is going to have this wall of sound that kind of just pushes its way onto mat 2, which is one of the premier matches already today.
Absolutely, yeah. Eddie V, loved around the country, especially in this building, so it's going to get loud in this round. Provo in on a deep double to start. He scores immediately.
3-0 Nico Provo. Junior from Stratford, Connecticut. Two-time qualifier at NCAAs. And a quick takedown, 30 seconds in. Robinson up to his feet with a quick escape.
Provo is a big 125-pounder, cuts a lot of weight, was out with an injury last year. Stanford is thrilled to have him back, one of the leaders of their program. And he came out firing.
Well, certainly a weight class that many had circled here today, but you look at the matchups, a lot of people had this particular matchup circled as well. As Robinson slides in, almost got an ankle. Provo danced out of it.
Both these guys like to wrestle from the open and neutral, using movement to create angles. Provo with another shot. Robinson with a shot, easily cleared by Provo.
Well, Provo trying to keep those ACC championships hopes alive for Stanford that certainly seem tangible here today after a couple of big wins. We saw there in the consolation quarterfinals, Luke Duthie picking up a pin victory against Jacob Levy of North Carolina, coming back, adding to that team score. Meanwhile, for NC State, Wolfpack and Pat Papalizio's program still has a chance to snatch back that ACC championship trophy from the Hokies after losing it a year ago. But at 184, they no longer have a wrestler after a disqualification, and a team point was taken away there. So NC State, to try to come back and win this one, is going to need some big performances from wrestlers exactly like Vince Robinson.
Yeah, this has not been a good start for NC State. As you mentioned, Cates at 84. Felix gets upset by Bollinger at 157. He's out of the tournament. Has not been the start that they wanted to have here in Blacksburg, and it has not been the start in this match that Robinson wanted. His back is now kind of against the wall, and he's going to have to go get one.
Final 15 seconds, Robinson slid through, looking for a shot again.
Misdirection action from Robinson. Provo's been so solid in his stance so far. He's really done a nice job at down blocking.
And we go to the second period, Nico Provo leading.
That was a really good period from Nico Provo.
Oh, 11-4 this season and 4-1 sudden victory win. That was a match that NC State won on criteria in that duel.
We don't see as many, these high-level D1 guys come from New England. It's good to see a guy from Connecticut wrestling at a really high level.
Provo up to his feet. Return Robinson.
Robinson did a nice job to keep his feet on the mat there, not make that an illegal return.
Out of bounds. As we said when Robinson wrestled earlier, a freshman national champion, first one for NC State since 1980, and the first one overall since 2018.
And he won a number of close matches, things where he had to pull out short time, tight spaces, had a close match with Mark Anthony McGowan, won his national title in overtime over Troy Spratley.
Escape Provo. Lead is 4-1.
It's not been a high pace match so far, but it feels like Provo has really kind of dictated the space and the action.
Looking to punch a ticket not only to Cleveland, but to the finals later tonight in Blacksburg. This is one of the loaded, sorry, Rhino, but one of the loaded weight classes here today in the ACC.
Yeah, 3 top 10 guys, and as you mentioned, big seeding applications here and big team race applications. If Stanford has any hope to try to pull off a big upset over the Hokies and win in this tournament, this match would go a long way. Another double attempt from Provo. Tresca leads 1-0 on that one. Now tied up on that one.
And then Tresca and Terrakina at 1-1. Oh, we go into the third. Hayden Hidley coaching against his alma mater. We've seen a couple of cases of that today, but maybe the most recent here in Hayden Hidley, 4-time ACC champion for Pat Papalizio's team.
That's got to be something interesting about becoming a coach. You know, you invest so much in a program where you wrestle, love some of those guys, then you move on, and now you're coaching against them.
Yeah, very recent. 2021 was not that long ago.
No. Hayden's a young man.
It's going to be a fun finish here.
Robinson's very good from this position. He's got great balance from this short sit. He's out.
4-2. Minute 40 left here in the ACC semifinal. It's tied up on the other mat.
No, stalling has not been a factor here. Robinson's going to have to pick up some of his action.
Robinson and Provo. Robinson able to win the NCAA championship. Did not win ACCs last year. Ripped down. 1 minute left.
He's going to have to find a way to move Provo. Provo's been just in his stance, facing. Robinson hasn't really worked to an angle yet.
Sudden victory in the Ventresca-Terrakina matchup.
.30 to go. And it's Provo who attacks.
So 20 seconds left and a caution. That's on Robinson.
Somebody hands to the face.
He's got limited time here, 21 seconds to try to come up with a match-winning takedown.
It's actually interesting there. That caution may have helped him get kind of a fresh restart there in the middle, interestingly enough. But
8 seconds, Robinson.
the first time Robinson really got to an angle.
There's a stall warning, 2 seconds left.
Looks like Nico Provo is probably going to come away with this one, 4-3.
Provo backs up, and Nico Provo punches his ticket to the final. Impressive victory at 4-2.
Stanford has had a great day on mat 2. They have it rolling. Nico Provo onto the finals.
Oh, what a match over on mat 1 as Eddie Ventresca moves on. We're ready to start 133 now. And over here on mat 2, we have Stanford's Tyler Knox going up against NC State's Zach Redding.
This should be a fun match. Redding is a guy, a transfer from Iowa State. He's in his 6th year. He's a former round of 12 guy wrestling an All-American from last year.
Well, Tyler Knox looked like an All-American against Riley Rowan. Ended up getting the tech fall victory 16-1. Redding taking down Marlon Yarbrough.
Good shot by Redding. He's keeping this leg heavy. Knox is going to try a leg pass.
Redding, a 2-time qualifier at Iowa State in 21 and 23.
Redding is a huge 133-pounder. He's been up at 141 multiple years. He's wrestled as high as 149 pounds.
Trying to punch his ticket to the final.
Trying to turn the tide for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, a bit of a rough go for the Wolfpack, and you're seeing that tilt over to Stanford. Nico Provo, if you're just now joining us, got the win over Vince Robinson, so he will face off in a rematch against Eddie Ventresca.
Good shot by Knox, in on a low double. He's going to pop his head. Suspect he's going to score this one. That's going to be 3 for Knox.
There it is.
Roll by Redding. Good shot there, Zach Redding. Knox trying to get this near side boot in. Kind of off to the side. Knox does a really good job at elevating back to get his hips high on top. Tyler Knox is very comfortable in this position. Kind of uses a high leg ride, will grab his own leg at times.
Got less than a minute to work with here in the first. Tyler Knox up 3-0.
This is somewhere Knox likes to be off his leg ride, kind of a ball and chain tilt here. Redding clears his wrist.
Redding trying to get to the final in a weight class that only has 3 automatic qualifiers here.
Yeah, this is a very competitive weight class led by Aaron Seidel, superstar freshman national title contender.
Seidel looks like he's up over on mat 1.
Knox looking for backs here.
Looks like he's going to get close. So moving on to the second, Tyler Knox, sophomore from Massachusetts. All-American at 8th last year. 4-match winning streak coming into today. Actually has faced Redding before this season, won 5-3.
Smitty's wrestling barn guy. He wrestles a lot like his club coach, Matt Smith. How he floats on top, how effectively he moves.
You're a great representative for New England, by the way.
I
Trying
try.
to think. There's Paul Revere. I'm thinking of other guys from New England. Tom Brady, even though he didn't root for the Patriots there, and Ryan O'Ryan.
Yeah, Tom Brady has the, some people are mad at him
The
these
West
days.
Coast syndrome now.
Not rooting for his teammate. Tough loss in the Super Bowl. Ben Affleck, Dunkin' Donuts.
Okay, I forgot about. I didn't bring in the Goodwill Hunting guys. There we go.
Yeah.
And then you.
Yeah.
There's you.
Those Dunkin' Donuts colors don't run, Bailey. Knox is gonna stops it for potentially dangerous, as Knox looks like he was gonna come around to score. Chris Ayers did not love the call. He has loved the way that Tyler Knox has been wrestling the past month, though.
And Knox up to his feet again. Redding hanging on. Breaks him back down to the mat. Seated, standing, trying to peel him off for one.
Those things you see now with a guy like Knox. He's in a standing position. He gets out this time. Initially, when he got standing, he reached back for a leg, which is something that you don't see a lot of high-level guys do, getting kind of greedy, working for reversals. As he leads 4-0.
That's been all Knox so far.
Yeah, Knox has really controlled this match from the jump.
The shot in for Redding. Hold of the leg.
Redding got in deep in the first period, and Knox was able to scramble to a stalemate.
Ten seconds.
Knox is just so tough from these positions. He's a really, really high-level scrambler.
Now to the third. Tyler Knox aims for an ACC title. Actually lost to Connor McGonigal of Virginia Tech last year. Both in the ACCs and NCAAs.
Connor McGonigal is from New Hampshire, another Smitty's Barn guy.
I'm gonna check out Smitty's Barn.
Yeah. It used to be an actual barn.
Okay.
Redding's really going to have to pick up his attack rate here.
Minute and a half left. Knocks another shot in, sprawling back Redding.
Good
He
reshot
answers
by
with a
Redding.
shot. Meanwhile, on mat one, it looks like it's going to be all Aaron Seidel, currently up 10-0. So who will face Seidel here? Will it be Knox if he hangs on and continues to dominate this semifinal at 133, or can Zach Redding pull something together with the final minute and take down the Stanford 2 seed? Back to neutral.
Saw Trent Hidley off the mat trying to get Redding going, coaching against his own brother in the Stanford corner.
A lot of brotherly love here today. It's a family affair. Knox once, another takedown here. 37 seconds left.
He's close. He's going to clear his hips out on top. That's going to be 3.
He does get 3. 7-0, Tyler Knox.
Important aspect here is Knox comes out of that takedown with a leg ride. He's going to get riding time over a minute here. As long as he remains in the top position, he's going to get bonus points for Stanford.
And those bonus points all the more important. Tyler Knox picks up a major decision.
He's likely going to get that rematch that he wanted with Aaron Seidel, who's up 13-1 on mat 1.
Your winner by major decision on mat 2 at
So, impressive showing for Tyler Knox. 16-1 in the first round and then 8-0 in the second. Aaron Seidel trying to wrap things up with 1:09 left over on mat 1. As we move here to 141, 5 NCAA qualifiers at this weight, and we got an interesting research triangle matchup. Luke Simcox and Ryan Jack over here on mat 2.
Yeah, a little bit of a rivalry between these schools. Not too far away from one another. Simcox won in the duel. Ryan Jack looking to avenge one of his other losses in the season, hoping to get back to an ACC final.
Jack, a 2024 ACC champion, was redshirted last year. Luke Simcox coming into this one 12-5.
That 2024 season was the best of Jack's college career. Ended up as an All-American. He ends up in a cradle. Big trouble. Simcox is in big trouble.
Ryan Jack trying to get Simcox to his back. Had a shoulder down, but Simcox fought out of it.
Clears his head. Gets right back to his feet. 12 seconds of riding time via the cradle. We've seen that a few times on this mat. You know, these guys are so good, they keep their composure in these high leverage positions.
And a quick takedown. Had Simcox on his back, the 2 seed.
It's really the second time that, you know, Jack got after his offense very early in his match with Gable Porter earlier this morning. Really maybe been a point of emphasis for him, you know, getting out to an early lead, setting the tone.
Well, this might be one of the quieter semifinals we have here today, Rhino, because there is not a Hokie wrestling at the moment.
Yeah, no Hokies in this round. Tom Crook getting upset.
Briar Priest locked into a matchup with Jack Consiglio. Luke Simcox trying to get a rematch against him. He pinned Simcox in the last match that they faced off against each other.
And Simcox was wrestling well early in that match. Nice overtie, shuck by. That's a takedown. And Simcox takes the lead.
At 3, and he keeps a foot in. So racking up a few seconds, or taking down a few seconds of riding time for Ryan Jack.
Impressive work from Luke Simcox. Gets out of a cradle, minimizes damage, gets back to his offense. Now Simcox is in the positive numbers for riding time.
Now up 4-3.
Jack is out. 4-4.
Former All-American up to his feet, able to tie it up at 4-4.
Really good first period, high pace.
We've seen that here throughout the semifinal matches that we have seen. Lots of energy here so far. And we go to the second period, tied up 4-4.
See a look at this Simcox takedown. Gets right to this overtie, shuck by, captures the hip, plants Jack's hand on the mat, secures his takedown.
And that was about a minute after Simcox was almost dead to rights on a pin after a cradle from Jack, and now a toss.
Standing Peterson, and Jack minimizes the damage. So Simcox is right out, though.
Simcox takes the lead at 5-4.
And Simcox has really picked up the tempo, really attacking here.
Might be on pace for a bit of a football score here if the takedowns and escape continue to rack up. 5-4 in favor of the Tar Heel in this one.
As Hokie fans certainly can enjoy pace with Bo Bassett coming in next year. But we've got a great pace here at 141 pounds between Ryan Jack and Luke Simcox.
And Bo Bassett winning a state championship yesterday.
very impressive fashion.
Part of that big class next year for Virginia Tech. That's been a storyline for the Hokies. Thought they were going to really punt this year with Henson being redshirted and waiting for Bassett to come in. But Virginia Tech, with its eyes on an ACC title here.
Yeah, Virginia Tech, you know, thinking about redshirting their national champion and how they're, you know, in trophy contention potentially still at the national tournament speaks volumes about their program.
Meanwhile, for NC State, this would be a huge win for NC State, who hasn't had the best start here today. Can they get a win where they are the lower seed in a match?
Sometimes you just need to get some momentum. Somebody sets a tone. Somebody sets the momentum and gets things going. Wrestling is an individual sport in these events, but there is a huge team component. Every guy on the team really matters. We can see if Ryan Jack can really get the Wolfpack going.
On to the third period. 5 qualifiers at this weight class, but Simcox and Jack eyeing an opportunity to play later tonight in the final, or to wrestle later tonight in the final.
Jack goes underneath. Simcox has 13 seconds of riding time.
Jack up to his feet.
Jack beats inside. Nice job.
Tied up 5-5 with the escape from Ryan Jack.
Shot from Simcox. Re-attack from Jack. We're back to neutral.
Minute and a half left. Looks like this one might end with some fireworks over here on mat 2. That started out emphatically. Jack almost had the pin of Simcox as he spins back.
Simcox did a nice job to get back up, bounce off his hip to square up, as Jack tried to run down that leg on the go behind.
Just a minute remains. Reaching in. Jack stays on his knees for a moment.
This is where Jack likes to attack, off this elbow clear on the left side. Simcox doing a good job controlling Jack's attack hand, his right hand.
Backs up, Simcox inches forward.
It almost feels like a re-attack, like a second attack is what it's gonna take here.
"25 seconds. Will this end in regulation?" Spin!
Oh, spin.
Now down to the final 18 seconds. Looking for a takedown here. Jack has a leg.
That
Can he
was
finish?
nice.
Coming down, looking for the 3. Nothing yet,
Simcox
5 seconds.
Keeps the whizzer.
The brick comes out. Jack looking for the takedown. Still nothing there. And we head to sudden victory, barring a review here.
And Henderson, Coach Henderson in the corner immediately threw the brick, and they're looking for a headgear grab.
Well, this is going to be interesting. Because at the end there, it looked like Jack was very close to even having the takedown where Simcox was on his back.
Yeah, there was going to be kind of a neutral danger potentially. Jack, put a lot of weight down on that leg, and Simcox was ending the match on his back.
So the reviewing for the headgear pull. What do you think, Rhino?
So he sweeps the leg and then ends up on the collar. I don't see him in the headgear yet. We don't really have a... I don't think they're going to get this one. And I don't think he purposely ended up there. It looked like Jack was on the back of his neck. And that was a really good attack from Ryan Jack. got to a head inside single there, and it was a really nice job by Simcox to end up with a whizzer squared up.
So for clarification, they were originally looking for the takedown, and now looking at the headgear.
Yeah, it looked like UNC threw the brick pretty quickly, thinking they saw Jack reach inside and clasp the inside of the headgear. I didn't see it live. Get another look at it. So Jack high single, he tries to kind of finish on the inside, treetop him down or tomahawk him down. You just can't really see Jack's fingers. Oh, there, yeah, he's on the inside of the headgear.
Wow. Great work by our crew here in the ACC Network Extra.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's a great shot by camera operator, and great job by the production crew to see that, but he is definitely clasped inside the headgear.
They're taking a long look at this here.
I think they've got the shot there. I think that's going to be a technical violation.
So that could decide it here.
If so, that would be another brutal way for NC State to lose a match.
Already with the disqualification at 184 with Don Cates, and it would be 1 point awarded to Luke Simcox. This is a big review.
That is really good work from the corner. If they score this, to have seen it live, and fantastic job by production and our camera crew to get that shot.
So they will add 8 seconds. And the headgear pull is confirmed. So 1 point awarded to Luke Simcox. He has the 6-5 lead with 8 seconds left. Ryan Jack will have one more chance here with 8 seconds to try to punch his ticket to the final here at 141.
Oh, they're stopping him at the table.
So here we go. The drama continues. Simcox backs up. Ryan Jack fighting for that takedown, and Luke Simcox is on his way to the final.
Really impressive job from the corner there. Early on in that match, Simcox is in a cradle, going towards his back, ends up preventing any back points, gets out of the cradle, scores a takedown of his own, and wins the match there in the third period to get to the ACC championship.
So Luke Simcox goes ahead on a headgear pull. What a crazy day for NC State.
Over on mat 2 in this weight, Jack and Simcox tied at 5. Look at the headgear grab right there by Jack. And it was this call, Rock, that sent Simcox into the finals tonight. Wow. 149 pounds, NC State's Coy Biskins. For Pitt, it will be their redshirt freshman, Kay Brown.
These guys had an incredibly entertaining match at Pitt. Came down to a last flurry that Biskins got. Biskins had a good win against Jackson Joy against Cornell.
Really good year for the sophomore, coming off his first NCAA championship appearance a season ago. 20 wins this year for Biskins. Stepping in as a redshirt sophomore out of Minnesota. Third place a year ago at the ACCs. His only 2 losses were to Guy and to Ethan Stiles of Ohio State.
Nice. He tripped and then dove in for that single. Brown is extremely athletic, and he's comfortable in these situations. But Biskins shows that he knows how to finish. He had a boatload of takedowns in high school. Working up, blocking the knee. Watch him block that knee. By blocking the knee, he's able to get to a point. Now watch him try and trip across. He's holding on. There's the takedown. He caught the dive roll through and he held on to that foot, worked up, covered hips, takedown.
NC State has taken a little bit of a hit in this round. They lost Robinson. We just saw the highlight a few moments ago. They lose Jack. Important for Biskins to try to get the pack back on track. Underneath a minute in this first period, 3-0 for the redshirt sophomore.
Good job by Biskins keeping pressure forward and staying underneath, because you saw that roll there by Brown. The roll didn't happen because Biskins stayed underneath. Eating up the riding time, moving forward on that.
Forced there by Brown to break away from the claw, and he will get the escape on the edge with 21 seconds. Something positive late in the first period for the redshirt freshman, K. Brown. Now Pitt hoping they can get something special with the duo of Brown and Evans, two really good young guys in the center of the lineup, kind of what they get from their upper weights with Stout and Pitzer, that 1-2 punch. Can the development continue with Brown and Evans?
And Brown's younger brother is heading up to Pitt as well. So Pitt's doing quietly a really solid job on a recruiting path.
His brother Carson, an accomplished wrestler, Lakewood St. Ed's. So the Brown brothers will soon be at Victory Heights as Pitt, anxious, excited to unleash their new sparkling gym. Future home of Panther Wrestling, which gets unveiled for us next year, not just during the dual season, but for the ACC championship as well. Looking forward to that in the Steel City. Biskins gets away 4-1.
Biskins looks like he was about to do an outside step there.
We've talked about it at times and will continue to do so. When you look at Coy Biskins and his growth, last year he was so tough to score on. His defense was great, but coach has put a lot of priority this offseason on really fine-tuning his offense, finding more attacks from the neutral position. He's been able to do that. The successes we've seen with the record, able to create points, and we've seen him involved in some high-scoring matches this year. The renewed focus and the attention to detail on the offensive side of the sport.
Oh, good re-attack there. But better heavy hips there by Biskins. Brown is still going in there. Biskins is doing a good job of wrestling there. Good call by the official not to lose too much time there by calling a stalemate.
Four to 1, second period. Underneath 20 seconds to go. Biskins with the takedown early in the match. That has been it. Cade Brown trying to find his opening, but it won't come in this period. Will have to dial it up as we move into the third. Brown down 4 to 1. His choice. Let's see what Roselli and company want to do in the corner, and he says let's start underneath. So Brown.
Coach Kelly from NC State said look at the clock, meaning 22 seconds left, gets Biskins to a minute of riding time.
I mentioned the Brown brothers. They were both busy this past summer, both he and Carson representing Canada at the U20 Pan Am Wrestling Championships, Lima, Peru, and both had really good showings. Riding time up at 50, up at 51. Brown trying to kick his way near the edge, and he will be chased, and that will be an illegal.
Yep.
And a point given to Brown.
No.
Jameel Kelly wanting an
Illegal
explanation.
Hold. It should have been given to red. Should be given to red. Yeah, because he went for a kickback. No. Illegal hold, one red. It's a kickback. Yeah. Both feet were up in the air and he kicked back. So we got to get that position. So as he's getting up, watch both feet get in the air and watch for a kickback. Kick. You can't do that.
Both feet off the mat.
Yep, you can't do that. That's a kickback.
Confusion was that they signaled one for Brown there. And indeed, it was Bisgins who was given the illegal hold point.
Correct.
Both corners agree on that, so we go back to the center of the restart. 5-1, Bisgins in control, keeping Cade Brown from finding his offense. Big mat return for the sophomore.
Really solid ride here by Bisgins, keeping the pressure forward, keeping the pressure on the hands. As Brown goes to a tripod, Bisgins puts the pressure on the hands. This is solid wrestling here. This is end of the year wrestling that you want. Building up riding time, taking the life out of your opponent by keeping the pressure on it, separating yourself.
Finally, Brown is able to get away. Man, what a textbook demonstration that was from Bisgins. He goes up 5-2. We bring in bonus coverage of Barnburner with Guy and Valencia. Over a mat 3, Guy clinging to a 5-4 lead. Back and forth, these two go, and now it is Guy as the scramble continues on the right. Guy will stick in the leg.
And the clocks are going simultaneously with both wrestlers.
Coy Bisgins about to put the finishing touches for NC State. Colin Guy motioning to this crowd in Blacksburg saying, yeah, I'm back, I'm healthy. This ankle's feeling good. Bisgins gets a much-needed win for NC State. 6-2 over Brown, a pit in a weight class that the ACC will send 4 to the NCAA's in. So the finals are set. It could be a little noisy tonight. Colin Guy, Virginia Tech. Coy Bisgins, NC State. Last time Bisgins tasted defeat, the end of January, to the freshman Guy. Those two get a rematch tonight here at Cassell. Hardware has been firmly entrenched in Blacksburg over the past year. Virginia Tech claiming the title 1 season ago in Durham, snapping NC State's stranglehold that they had on this conference for 6 straight years. Where will the trophy go? Right now it appears one of 2 options. Will it stay here in Blacksburg, or for the first time ever, will it head west? You take a look at the team standings. We talked about it. This is the round you're going to see separation, and that's exactly what we are witnessing. Virginia Tech, an 8-point lead over Stanford As we cross over the halfway point, 165, NC State and North Carolina. Will Denny, what a stud he is as a freshman out of Manhattan, Illinois. Marist High School, his opponent, Bryce Hepner, UNC, the grad student coming over from Ohio State. What a year it's been for Will Denny, Rock. He is an absolute hammer in his freshman role.
He went right to that snatch. And Hepner is very good in the scrambling situations. He doesn't shoot too much offensively, but if you get to his legs, look for some rolling. One of the things that's impressed by Denny is that as a true freshman, he is very physical, and as well as we see him hand fighting, he said when he got to college, he figured he didn't know how to hand fight because he was getting crushed in the room. He's just gotten that much better.
One guy that really helped him in the room, he told us, was Matty Singleton with the hand fighting part of the sport. Pat Popolizio did not wrestle him in the final duel against Cornell, so Denny enters this postseason. 13 straight wins for the freshman. Young man that had back-to-back losses at national duels to Lockett and Burton of Virginia Tech.
He's clubbing hard. Denny's clubbing hard and dropping down to attack an ankle. See him chase the corner? That's quickness in chasing that corner. That was perfect. Snap. As soon as he was going down, as he's popping up, he chased the corner. Excellent.
Here's the part of the sport that he has really worked tirelessly in. Ability to ride, get offense from the riding position, because he knew this is going to be the area in a couple of weeks if he's going to stand up on that podium and try to bring a national title to NC State. It's going to happen here. I thought it was interesting when you talked to him. We had a chance to chat with Will a few weeks back, see the action go out of bounds. And you asked him, hey, was there a belief moment for you early on this season where, hey, I belong, coming from the high school ranks into the meat of the order? And he said it was the match against Ohio State, Patty Gallagher, and his sudden victory win. He wrestled so strong in the first period, and he said he settled with winning and slowed down. He says, that's something I'll never do again. A foot on the gas type of guy. Look at the numbers this year that he has put up. Burton of Virginia Tech, who was redshirting for the Hokies, one of his two setbacks. Look at the reversal, though, by Hepner. This guy has a few tricks from his time at Ohio State.
And that's one of the things that we said before, that he likes to be in those squirrely positions where you never know what's going to come out. And when you have that much experience, as you said, being in the mat, you just know more.
Graduated from Ohio State in May. He has 2 years remaining. North Carolina with a couple of injuries that we talked about early in the year. Josh Ogasanya, one of them. Because of that, Ogasanya redshirting, so Hepner jumped in at the right time, and coming off a really good career when healthy at Ohio State. Spent 5 years with the Buckeyes, represented Ohio State on 2 different occasions in the Big Tens.
So the strategy here is that Denny's going to try and ride him a little bit, but if he gets a little, like I can't get it, just let him go because he feels he's better on his feet. And that's from Coach Zach Esposito. You saw him say, move his hands like if you can, or then he showed a hand like shuck him, get him off. They just feel that Denny is better on his feet than Hepner.
Hepner casually getting into position, quick stand up, trip. Denny brings him right back down. Almost a carbon copy of what we just saw. Same part of the mat, same type of action and flow, and we go right back to the center. Roll by Hepner. Denny sticking with him.
Watch the crunch. He might crack him down here. Might get some back points. Good job out of freshman not to panic.
He has a good one in his quarter in Zach Esposito. Longtime assistant for John Smith at Oklahoma State. He was a welcomed addition to Pat Papalizio on a staff that has seen some change throughout the years just because all these assistants are taking jobs in other locations as they continue their individual and personal growth. I always think that's a testament to how good a head coach you have, and Papalizio's coaching tree is quickly expanding. Finally, Hepner able to get away, and we start over again, tied at 3, although Denny was able to get over a minute of riding time.
That's a long shot there by Hepner. You can shoot from a distance if you have incredible quickness, and Hepner just kind of dove in there, diving in there, trying to just create some action, because that's where he's most dangerous. And then he has to be disciplined. Go back to that snap and attack corners like he did in the first period. And Hepner just wants something to happen. So it's interesting. So Denny has a riding time. I'm wondering, would it make sense for him just to go neutral? Because you stay on bottom, rolling around with a guy that Hepner may put him in a bad position.
We're about to find out what they want to do. Jameel Kelly talking it over with Esposito in the corner.
And they took neutral. And that's what I was thinking. Would it make sense for him to do all that work and put himself in a bad position where Hepner really has not shown that he's a threat to taking down Denny at this point? Oh, and that was good there. That was good there. And this is where Hepner wants to be. He'll keep rolling and keep rolling and keep rolling and keep rolling. Look at this craziness. I mean, this is crazy. Watch another roll. Now he's going to crunch the head. He's going to try and go underneath. He's trying to go underneath the arms. He's going to try to put his hands underneath to try and force the double unders. He's going to try and put his arms underneath and try and get that leg in. Nothing yet. He's got to get his hands underneath. He's not going to get a takedown here. He's not going to get a takedown there.
Now there is a brick in from NC State. They had that brick initially thrown, wanting the takedown. Jameel Kelly, Coach Esposito tossing the brick. So they're going to go back to the initial attack that Denny ignited. And then once North Carolina saw NC State's corner throw the brick, then Darmstadt and the Tar Heels said, here's our brick as well. So
yeah,
we're going to break it all down. So let's push the rewind button. This is real speed. And this is the initial brick coming from NC State, Rocker. They thought they had 3.
There was so much motion there. And I'm not sure where there was a point where there was saying throwing. I'm not sure where at one point there was a. I don't see it. They are continuously moving around here. It was just rolling and rolling and rolling.
So what we just saw was the brick from NC State and what they wanted to take a look at. Then we saw North Carolina throw their brick in late. What do you think that was all about?
I don't know, because I guess it depends. If it might have been that last sequence right there where they thought they had the takedown. But it also depends where NC State feels that they had to take down, because you look at the whole sequence. So I think that NC State is looking to see if they had a takedown earlier, and then that last sequence, UNC was saying that we had that takedown there, but of course we can't hear what they are challenging. So no takedown for NC State. They lose their brick. All right. So now they are looking.
So now what they're going to do is they're going to take a look at North Carolina and hear their case, because they thought they had 3 late.
Yes. Yes. So 2 separate. So they're both.
So both corners lose their challenge.
Yes.
Respectively there. Each team lost a challenge as we go deeper into the day. Nothing changes on the scoreboard, but you have those challenges. That's why they're there. You use them if you think you have a case. So the action continues, 50 seconds to go. Keep in mind, riding time is in the favor of NC State and the freshman Denny. So the fight and the action has to come from Hepner. Gets to his under, now double under, snap down.
Nice.
Coming back in was Denny. Boy, he changed levels quickly, and he had Hepner exposed there for a moment. Neutral danger for a swipe or two, but not enough to get the takedown.
He's in a good position here. He's in a good position here. 1, 2, 3. That's the takedown, and look for near fall. He could possibly near fall.
The neutral danger call. Hepner all fired up. He doesn't have to budge.
He's giving up near fall. That's giving up near fall.
And 4 more tacked on.
That's near fall.
Welcome to the ACC, Bryce Hepner. There is a brick from NC State, so hold the boat. Hepner poses for the fans who have traveled not just from Avon, Ohio, but also from Chapel Hill and the Tar Heel. A 10-3 win if it stands as they go back to the challenge. Take a look, Rock.
Wow, good fight there on mat 2. There's nothing that right there. Lots of things going on, fans. Lots of things going on right here. So we are watching. We're watching. Both matches have craziness going on 165. Both were questioning takedowns here. Mat 1, questioning takedown for Hepner. Mat 2, questioning takedown for Mac Church. Man, all over the place. And that's where Hepner wanted to be. He wanted to be in that circular motion and keep rolling and rolling and rolling. So not only did he get, a takedown, we got some back points too. 3-point takedown. 3-point takedown for Hepner, and upset there for Denny.
So the call stands. Hepner advances into the final. He takes out the top seed, Will Denny. 10-3 your final. He gets the 3. He gets the 4 near fall late as well. And UNC with a huge win. 165 pounds. And the feistiness and the rivalry.
Now we move to 174. Colin Kerrigan picked up the upset victory over Aiden Wallace, and Matty Singleton, the defending champion at 174, tries to go back and retain his title here today if he is able to win against Kerrigan. Take a look at 174, a weight class that will have 3 NCAA qualifiers. Sergio Desiante wrestling against the top-seeded Luca Augustine. fun day. That might have been the most fun match with the most like the most topsy-turvy twist and turn match that we had seen. But another Hokie in the finals. Colin Kerrigan, he wrestled Aiden Wallace very well there, came away with that escape late. Singleton picked it up the victory against Guffey.
He wrestled with a really good strategy, kind of continuing to moving his hands, keeping Wallace off balance, and was able to capitalize on a mistake. And now he's here in the semifinals, and he's thinking now, I've got a chance to get to the dance. Maddie Singleton has been really, really solid for NC State this year. Returning All-American, as you said, returning ACC champion. Was a big-time recruit for the Wolfpack.
So 14-3 on the year. Reaching in.
Kerrigan's done a good job using his length today. And this is where Singleton likes to be. Underhooks. This is going to be a takedown.
He's got near fall points coming up as well. Singleton holding on, keeping a leg and a toe in the circle.
It's pretty close to back, so I'm wondering if they want to throw the brick for it. I think they're pretty comfortable thinking that Singleton can control this match regardless.
So no near fall points there. Very, very close, as you said. Maintaining a 3-0 lead over Kerrigan. Singleton got the better of Kerrigan earlier on this year in the NC State North Carolina duel.
Controlled the bout, start to finish. Singleton's just really solid.
Actually took down Luca Augustine last year in the ACC final as he returns Kerrigan to the mat.
Yeah, and Singleton had some up and down moments last year and really turned it on in the postseason and has been that guy much of this year. Came into the ACC tournament actually, dropping his last two. He had lost to Augustine in the duel and then had gotten out to a 5-1 lead early on Simon Ruiz of Cornell, the #2 ranked wrestler in the country, and Ruiz was able to run him down and win that match in the third period.
NC State needs a bit of a vibe shift here. It has been a really tough day for the Wolfpack. And Singleton be the guy to do that. Kerrigan escapes.
Absolutely, yeah. They need to get some energy going. And one of the guys they depend on, getting a win, could spring some of those other guys on the backside now.
And that'll close things out here in the first period. Kerrigan reached in, but a bit too late. 3-1 onto the second. Take a look at the ranked wrestlers here at 174. Singleton amongst the top 10. Eyeing a rematch against potentially Luca Augustine. But Desiante right now for Virginia Tech actually has the 3-2 lead over on mat 1.
Yeah, and we saw Aiden Wallace drop 2 matches. Same thing happened to him last year at the ACCs, and he's a guy who earned an allocated bid, and now he is very, very, very much on the bubble.
story this could be for Colin Kerrigan, picking up the win over Aiden Wallace. He's able to pull off an upset victory against a top 10 opponent, and Maddie Singleton could get to
Good work
the
by
NCAA
Singleton.
championship as a 6th seed. But now in danger here.
Was near backs there. He's trying to reset this tilt. He's going to step over to a reverse leg ride. It's good work from Maddie Singleton. Hard ride.
Remember that first match with Colin Kerrigan and Aiden Wallace? By the end, it was Kerrigan was just dripping in sweat, which, mind you, it is kind of warm in here. But at the same time, just how hard that match was to win for Kerrigan, and
Yeah.
absolute kudos for him for being able to win it. But that's got to fatigue you a little bit going into a match against the defending ACC champion.
Absolutely, yeah. The grind of a hard, methodical, even mentally taxing match, builds through this tournament. And then you can see in some of these matches as you come out, you're dry, you haven't started your sweat yet. Some of the action's a little bit different than when everybody gets a little bit slippery. That's a singlet pull, but that's going to be a takedown.
3 more for Singleton. It's looked dominant so far here in the semifinal at 174.
But it looked like Kerrigan got inside his singlet.
Toes kept in. Riding time continues to accumulate for Maddie Singleton. Georgia native's going to remain on top. And a caution. Kerrigan gets up to his feet, and that sends us to the 3rd period.
You hear the roar. Desiante is going to pull an upset off on that one. It's going to give the Hokies another finalist as we get a look at Pat Popolizio.
12 ACC titles, 7 in the tournament, 5 regular season.
Super impressive run for him at NC State. As we talked about, it completely changed the culture, the dynamic of the program, the energy around it.
Yeah, Singleton's wondering why Kerrigan pushed him a little bit there.
Little extracurriculars there out of bounds. Good job by the official to mention that to Kerrigan.
So Desiante moves on to the championship and the final here at 174. And Maddie Singleton is 1 minute and 47 seconds away from being able to do that himself here. Still time for Kerrigan.
Good look from Kerrigan here. Kerrigan still wrestling really hard.
Yeah, gotta give it to Kerrigan today. I mean, the effort there for him.
Yeah, the energy, the passion, you can see it. Yeah, he was fired up.
On the edge of the mat, the riding time point is now secured. So now it's 7-2 with a stall, and basically make it 8-2 at this moment. And add on 3 more for Singleton, who, barring an absolute miracle, is going to face Sergio Desiante in the final at 174.
It would be a really interesting final as Singleton tries to defend his ACC championship.
They're eavesdropping over on mat 1, but that looked like a dominant showing for Desiante over the top-seeded Luca Augustine.
I mentioned that Desiante gets in on everybody's legs. And he just had some struggles finishing leg attacks this year. He's a guy who was in the, around the top 15 last year at Chattanooga, and maybe he's putting it together at the right time. We nearly saw him upset Alex Facundo in the duel for the Hokies and Oklahoma State. Singleton playing with fire here.
Gotta watch out with 15 seconds left.
The only way you're gonna end up losing this match, you get reversed to your back or a neutral fall, like a defensive fall. Big lift and return.
A mat return. Matty Singleton will get a chance to defend his ACC title of 2025 up against Sergio Desiante in the final at 174.
Not sure those two are going to be friends off the mat.
At least there was a handshake at the end. I
Yeah,
was honestly pleasantly surprised that there was that.
Lesson to be learned from earlier in the day.
Your decision earlier this year. See if that happens tonight. Final semifinal bout, 285. It's the top seed. Isaac Trumbull, NC State. Undefeated this year for the redshirt senior. His final go-around. And the opponent trying to slow him down will be Brennan Morgan from Virginia. Morgan picked up a nice win as he upset Connor Barquette of Duke in the opening round.
And when these guys first wrestled in the dual meet, Morgan took down Trumbull early.
Something that has not been done a lot of this year against Isaac Trumbull. ACC runner-up, but it's a different Trumbull this year. He was battling a knee injury that ultimately led to surgery after nationals. Fully healthy, and he has been a bonus point wrecking ball throughout the course of the regular season. A bit about Brennan Morgan. He's a redshirt freshman, Pennsylvania native, Central Valley High School. Used a redshirt last year as Trumbull finishes him with a 3. He was a Pennsylvania State champion 2 years ago, a 3-time qualifier, making his first ACC appearance in these championships.
Trumbull stays high on the hips. He stays high like the lower back, where it's hard to get your hips up, and when you put your hips up, he puts both legs in. He's got to keep that at 90 degrees. You can't take that off the back.
Oh! On the right shoulder for Brennan Morgan.
Ouch. Man, my shoulder needs therapy from that.
Trumbull with a claw. Yeah, make no mistake about it. Isaac Trumbull is on a mission this year for NC State. He wants to bring back a national title for the Wolfpack in this weight class. The redshirt senior out of Springfield, Nebraska. He feels the offseason and some of the mental challenges to go along with the physical ailments post-surgery from his knee injury. He is in the right mindset to really go deep, and he's in the mindset here to end this early. Morgan trying to roll his way all the way through, does. Give some credit to Brennan Morgan there. He was up against the ropes, but he squirts his way free and avoids any more damage, gives up the 2 swipes, so he'll trail 5-1.
methodical match so far by Trumbull. Takedown, grind out, arm bar, get points. His arm is, in high school this would be illegal, but man, I mean, that was right on the shoulder. He may not feel it until tomorrow.
Look at Virginia Rock with Steve Garland, Morgan, one of his freshmen. They have some young guys that they are really hoping can get things ignited. Sherlock is a guy to keep an eye on, Paradon as well. Rocco Hayes, to mention the fleet that they had compete earlier today. So they're looking for these young guys to really step up and get Virginia back where they want to be.
One thing you saw with Isaac Trumbull, he had the single to the outside and he couldn't back trip. So what he did, he brought it to the front and then tripped the other way, because if he had that single and he did a back trip, that would have been an illegal hold. Good awareness there by Trumbull. I'm always encouraged when guys that are on paper, you know, the underdogs, when they continue to present themselves. They don't just hold on and try just to defend, that they're showing themselves. You can see Morgan is still shooting. That's just physicalness. That was a mean crossface there.
Trumbull looking over at his corner. Esposito says, let's cut and let's get back to our offense on the feet. 9-2, inside a minute to go in this second period. Final bout of the semifinals. You have Pitzer and Mullen right now on mat 2. Pitt winning that battle 3-0. The Panthers try to get somebody into the finals tonight. Trumbull
controlling this match.
He is up by 7. Offense from his feet. And the period.
Let me ask you this question, Sean. We're talking about 97-pounders going up to heavyweight. Who has grown into a heavyweight nicer between Ferrari and Trumbull?
Oh, that's a really good question.
Well, thank you.
Rock. Can't pose that question to me 8 hours into the day. Now, I'm going to go, yeah, that's a really tough call.
Okay.
I think I'm going to slide. I'm going to go Trumbull right now.
Okay.
Year 2 for him, so let's give him that.
That is true. 2 years.
He's had a couple years to grow into it, so I will say for Ferrari, getting in there and competing right away, first year jump up, and we'll see what happens come nationals and the opportunity. Those two might collide. Who do you go with?
Well, I think Ferrari still wrestles like a 97-pounder. You know, it's trying to blow through people, and that's just a different style. We talked about it earlier in the quarterfinals, how moving up a weight class is almost like wrestling a different style. And I see Ferrari wrestling kind of like a 97. He can just blow through people, and you see now he's winning matches by riding times. And I think Trumbull has adjusted better in wrestling like a heavyweight. So I would say 2 years in, Trumbull has made a good assimilation to wrestling heavyweight. But at nationals, whoever places higher is the one that really grew into a heavyweight better.
12-2 lead, Trumbull, and he's able to stay in control. Inside a minute to go, having just a quick bug issue with the clock, so we'll let you know how much time is left. Trumbull in bonus point territory, 43 seconds remaining, third period. He has a 12-2 lead, plus he has over 2 minutes of riding time, and that continues to tick upward as well.
He's going to drive that arm right across. He's got to stay on the back, though.
The moment the referee sees any type of space between the arm and the back, he will whistle it dead for potentially dangerous, and he is right on top of it. Trumbull keeping it pinned across the lower back area. Really punishing type maneuver if you're Brennan Morgan underneath. This is no fun.
That's all it is punishing. Just really just keeping the pressure down, cranking on the head, moving on to the finals is Isaac Trumbull.
Final few moments, and that is it. He will get the riding time as well. NC State with a finalist at heavyweight as they expected, Isaac Trumbull. Chance to get back on top of the conference. A bonus point win for Pat Popoligio. And the semifinal field is set. Pitzer right now taking care of business over Virginia Tech. The Panther up 7-0. So it looks like it will be Pitzer and Trumbull tonight. Hey, be sure to join us. Rock and I will be back. ACC Network, 8 o'clock Eastern for the finale, the final chapter of the 2026 ACC Wrestling Championship. For our fantastic crew from Blacksburg, good day for now.